And next, we have a poem by George Gingerelli. George wrote 2 stage productions for the Performing Arts Club called Associationville 1 and 2, which were all about our community. So let's hear from George now for another insight from his perspective.
You know, I was in both of his shows, and he wrote this song called Live. I Choose to Live. So beautiful.
Oh, I'll have to listen to it one time.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Poet's Voice. Our program is designed to highlight poetry written by Sun City Anthem residents and read to you by the authors. In that way, hearing them spoken in the poet's voice, what might otherwise be simply words on a page will come to life as they are presented, maybe even performed, as they were meant to be. I'm sure that you know lots of songs by heart, whether playing in your head, on the radio, or on your favorite device. Your expectations are the same. What you hear will be reminiscent of the singer-songwriter's initial performance of the song. The lyrics, accompanied by the appropriate music, are delivered with all the joy or sadness, excitement or solemnity that the singer-songwriter intended. You feel the meaning. The song elicits the effect that was intended. It makes you want to sing, dance, laugh, or cry. A poem is a song without music. Unless presented to you by the writer and without the benefit of repeated performances, the true meaning must be interpreted by the reader. In the case of most classic poetry, your interpretation is aided by scholars who have studied the poet's works and confidently portray what they have concluded was the poet's intent. Still, scholars don't always agree. In our program, we have the luxury of hearing directly from the author. Our poetry is presented in the poet's voice. Today's poem is one that I wrote more than 15 years ago. Some sentiments are timeless. This is called Two-Way Mirror. I saw 2 men fuming, both ready to strike, each one focusing on what he didn't like about what he saw in the other man's face, about what was wrong with the whole human race. The man on the left, with fists clenched so tight, was ready to kill the man on the right. The one on the right was equally hot and swore to destroy this man and his lot. But as I stood there, alarmed by this sight, my eyes viewed the scene in a different light. The longer I stared at these 2 angry souls, the more it appeared they had similar goals, and similar needs, and similar cares, and a burning desire to protect what was theirs. In fact, when I took a much closer view, the reflections they cast were similar too. The world is a mirror that we choose not to see. Instead, we are blind to what makes a man free. It's freedom from hatred and freedom from war, and accepting a truth that we cannot ignore. We're equal at birth and equal at death. And throughout our lives, there's only a breath that separates us from all that we see and clouds what we are. The same, you and me. Well, that's all for now. Let us know what you think of our program, and tune in next time for another segment of The Poet's Voice.
I hope you enjoyed that profound poem from our resident poet, and I will say philosopher and friend. Thank you, George. You keep us thinking.